Good morning everyone. Let's discuss the second part of the fifth unit, which is the tariff methods. It's the syllabus of the unit. Let's go introduction to tariff methods. So we know the power plant. What is the purpose of a power plant? It will supply the energy to the consumers as per their requirement. So the main objective of this supply is it has to produce, it has to sell the electricity to the consumers with with the price as low as possible. Right, that is the cost of production of electricity should be as low as possible, because the supply company or the power plant will sell this energy to the consumers. If the cost is less, and consumers will get more motivated, will be highly motivated to use more amount of energy. Right, so the cost of production of electricity depends on so many factors, like cost of the land, that is the cost of the land on which the power plant is built, and cost of the building, cost of the equipments inside a power plant, salaries of management, clerical staff, operating staff, and top officials. As well as there are two more parameters like interest and depreciation. All these are the parameters we have to take into account while calculating the cost per unit cost of the power or electricity. Now let's talk about more about depreciation and interest. Let's first talk about interest. What is the interest? The cost of use of money is known as interest. Say the power plant have to be built. When a power plant is built, we need to have huge amounts of money, and this investment generally power plant officials take it from a bank. They will take it as a loan or from any other financial institutions. So they have to pay every year the interest on this capital. So this interest on the capital also have to be included while calculating the unit cost of electricity. Right. And next one is depreciation. What is this depreciation? The decrease in the value of the land and value of the building and equipment due to constant use is known as depreciation. Say for example, today I have constructed a power plant. I have built a building as well as the equipment. I have installed all the equipments inside it. Say for example, generator, turbines, all these things. And the cost of this power plant is 20 lakhs. Say for example, 20 lakhs. Next year, I'll operate for 1 year. I'll operate the power plant for 1 year. So the building will get older. The equipments will get older by 1 year. So obviously the cost of the equipment and cost of the building will decrease. Say now the cost of that building and equipment is 19 lakhs. Now what is that loss? 1 lakh. What is that? It is called the annual depreciation. So if the power plant runs for 50 years, the normal life of a power plant is generally 50 to 60 years. Let's take it as 50 years. In the next 50 years, the power plant building as well as the equipment will never produce anything. They will become waste. So they won't generate any power from that. So they will be waste. So again I have to build a new power plant. So from which money I have to build this power plant? I have to put a depreciation. Like for every year the cost of the plant is reducing by 1 lakh. So at the end of the 20 years my cost of the power plant will become 0. So I have to, this reduction in the value of the plant every year is known as annual depreciation. Due to depreciation, the plant has to be replaced by a new one after its useful life. Therefore, suitable amount have to be set aside every year, so that by the time the plant retires, that is the 20 years term is over, the collected amount every year in the form of depreciation will be used to replace the power plant. So while calculating the cost of production of electricity, annual depreciation charges must be included. Next topic is cost of generation of electrical energy. The cost of generation of electrical energy is further divided into 3 categories. Number 1, fixed cost. Number 2, semi-fixed cost. And number 3, running cost or operating cost. Under the fixed cost is independent of, a fixed cost is a cost which is independent of maximum demand and number of units produced by the plant. Semi-fixed cost is dependent on the maximum demand, but it is independent of the number of units produced by the plant. The running cost or the operating cost is a cost which depends only on the number of units consumed by the or produced by the plant. Now let's talk about this in detail. Fixed cost. The fixed cost. What is the fixed cost includes? Fixed cost includes annual cost of central organization plus interest on the capital cost of the land. If you are purchasing the land for a power plant, you have to take the investment from the bank, and you need to pay every year the interest on the land which you have taken as a loan, and that is also have to be included in the fixed cost. And one more thing is salaries of higher officials like CEOs and all the top management executives. All these three will be a fixed cost. So all these three are independent of maximum demand as well as number of units consumed. Whatever may be the maximum demand and whatever may be the number of units consumed, the annual cost of central organization is fixed. The interest on the capital cost of land is fixed, as well as the salaries of higher management is also fixed. So it is about the fixed cost. And next one is a semi-fixed cost. It is a cost, as I already told you, which depends only on the maximum demand and is independent of the number of units generated. What is this maximum demand? Why it is depending upon the maximum demand means maximum demand determines the size of the plant. If maximum demand is 20 megawatt, the size of the plant should be 25 megawatt, more than the maximum demand, right? So the semi-fixed cost is directly proportional to the maximum demand. So it includes annual interest and depreciation on the capital investment of buildings and equipment of the power plant, plus taxes, plus salaries of the management and clerical staff. So the maximum demand on a power plant determines its size. Depending upon its size, the cost of the installation will vary. So the greater the maximum demand, greater will be the plant size and greater will be the cost of installation, as well as the taxes, the salaries of management and clerical staff completely depends upon the size of the plant, and in turn depend upon the maximum demand. So all these things comes under the maximum demand, semi-fixed cost. Last one is running cost. It is a cost which depends only on the number of units generated. It includes, so this cost includes annual cost of fuel. Fuel means if it is the thermal power plant, coal; if it is a nuclear power plant, uranium; if it is a diesel power plant, diesel; if it is a gas power plant, gas. Lubricating oil, maintenance, repairs, and salaries of operating staff. So these charges depends upon the energy output, that is the number of units generated by the plant, and thereby it is proportional to the number of units generated by the power plant. If the power station generates more number of units, then the running cost will be more. If the power plant generates less number of units, the running cost will be less. It is independent of the maximum demand. Whatever may be the size of the plant, if the plant produces more number of units, more running cost will be there. If the plant produces less number of units, less running cost will be there. Thank you.